Hi there! Today we will be quilting all those crazy feathers using the basics from our previous 3 videos. So you know the shapes. I used the standard feather paisleys, I used the tooth-shaped plume, I used the bounced back feather. I added some new elements as well, so for the variety. But what you may see here are that the feathers are not simple ones. I added a variety of decorations, so in this video I'm showing you exactly step by step how to quilt that. The PDFs with details and the sketches of those feathers will be available for the members because I am starting the membership programs. I have to promise something nice for those that want to support my channel in an extra way because yeah, my channel really needs that. And but the videos are of course available for everybody as always, and for those that do not have the need to join the membership, because it's of course for people that want it and have the wish for it. All those PDFs will be sooner or later available as a separate booklet to purchase as well. Yeah, so let's start quilting. Let me show you how I did that, as always, in large detail. This orange fabric and the yellow thread. Let's see what kind of feathers we can quilt today. You noticed I am not starting with the drawings because today we were focusing mostly on different embellishments of our feathers. So it's really today it's feather extravaganza. Let me zoom a little bit more in because the details are very important. This shape, let me turn around again. This shape we practiced very often. So it's a teardrop paisley shape, half heart shape, plume, but it's pretty naked. It looks great. It's no problem to leave it just like that. But especially when we are quilting larger elements, it's nice to add some small decorations. What you can do is you can just add second loop inside. So let's see how that looks like for a few on this side. Right now I'm quilting the separate plumes, and of course I could use the bounced back or the echo form, whatever is preferable. Right now I'm just concentrating on one shape and the strategy of adding the small elements. Everything it's adding up differently in the build-up of the thread. I don't mind build-up because that makes the spine of the feather much thicker, but some of you may prefer different ways of doing things. So you can actually start with small one than at the bigger one. It all works. Remember, now we are approaching the inside of our curve, of our swirl, and here we have to pay attention that we leave enough space for all the feather elements. This form is pretty crazy in shape, so I have to travel pretty far down to add the decoration element. So I traveled all the way back. Let me try without the light. I'm always looking for the perfect lighting conditions, and I'm not sure what's better. Let's try like this, because then you can see all the shadows as well. So what we can do now on the other side, we do not have to repeat the same shape, and the feather will still look great. It's like that better. And what we can do, of course, we will quilt the same paisley shapes. Only in this case, we can just stitch a straight line here, so kind of split it into two. But we can also add a little curl inside, and you can see how different those feathers look like. When working with decoration, it is perfectly fine to add larger elements, because you will fill the space and you will add the extra texture anyway. I don't know how I do that. Every time I change the settings and arrange my camera, I'm sitting in a way that the needle is landing somewhere in the upper part of the video. I try to pay attention to that. So you've seen that sometimes I overshoot here with my petal bit, but because of the thread buildup, it doesn't really matter because it's not noticeable. So sometimes thread buildup is not a bad thing. I will cut now my thread so we can take a moment to look at the feather as it is, and what we see is beautiful texture on both sides, and the petals have very different character, and each is lovely in its own kind, in its own way. So that would be the feather number 1 with two different variations of decorations. Let's quilt another one. As I mentioned in the intro, I am introducing the membership program, so if you are interested in joining, I will be providing as the goodie and reward for the membership the PDF documents with the sketches and examples that you can use as a reference. Of course, you don't have to do that because to join membership to get them, because when I will have enough of the material, I will collect them anyway into a booklet to be then purchased separately. Just this, that you will have to wait a little bit longer for it. Yeah, so let's start now with another feather. Let's start somewhere here. With the bounced back feathers and decorate those. We can put wavy line. For this one, we can just add nice swirl. We can repeat the thin paisley. And then of course it's not a bounce back feather anymore. We can do that also on the other one, because we have to go a little bit more in. First quilt the swirl, go all the way back in, and then add the complete the feathers. So it's there are many different ways of adding the decorations. Actually, what I can also do, which is also kind of fun, I can just add a swirl. So we have here a high variety of different kind of feathers. Let's try another one. This was really feather extravaganza, because in principle every single petal is quilted differently. Now let's do that also on the inside. Only in this case, let us use the tooth-shaped plumes. And we can do exactly the same thing. We can decorate them whatever the way we want. Oops. And the thread broke. So let me fix that one. It can be that the needle is again dull. If it will repeat, I will have to exchange it. Simply I quilted now lately a lot, a baby quilt, very densely quilt. I quilted. I will have to show you that maybe in one of the shorts. So let me fix that, and we are back. So usually what I do when my thread breaks or when the bobbin thread is ending, I am just unpicking the last several stitches and then secure my thread on the back with knots. So now adding such nice double swirl, it's a very nice way of adding extra texture and character to your feather. Who said that you have to just quilt equal plumes? You can just add fancy elements like this one. Then I love these feathers because they are fitting so nicely in all the available space, and you don't have to really do anything. Let's add some echo. And like that, our feather is finished. So tons of texture, tons of character, very whimsical. And of course, you don't have to, I'm just demonstrating here different variations of what you can do. You don't have to do all of it at once. And the effect will be spectacular regardless of what you will go with. What else can we do to make it even more whimsical? We can add some elements which you already know from my videos, and that's where you are just playing with the different petals or from the paisleys character of the feathers, so you can combine them in different ways. And one of my favorite ones is the seashell variation. It's just a small short feather starting from like a little swirl. You're creating kind of like a half of a butterfly element here. So let's make 2 or 3 more. Point is that you can actually use this line of the last plum to create another feather, and that's something what we were already doing, something similar in one of my previous videos. let's play with this. So in this way you have another very beautiful feather. They just like adding up. What else can we do when we quilt a feather? We can add some quilt kind of feather within a feather. It will take us maybe a little bit longer, so I will just show you part of it. So again, we are starting with a nice large spine. And we are quilting large plumes. And now what we can do is we can fill this also with, treat it as inside of a feather. So it's a little bit of a small work, so larger the petal, more you can fill in. Now you can go back either the outside or the inside. Let's go inside, it's shorter. So I just realized I can do that more effectively, so let me show you that next one. Something is wrong with my paw bobbin, it jumps. Yeah, because it's open. Now it should be better. See, I can start immediately from here. So we have right now multiple feathers within our feather, and it looks absolutely amazing. So actually the last one looks almost perfect, but there is one element missing, so I have to go back and just close it. and then I can go outside. Also, it's one of the options to go back. I do not have to quilt them very small. Sometimes I can leave larger space and it also looks good. Now they will be a little bit smaller. Traveling back, and we have this gorgeous double texture feather. I just love feathers. And now let's do something a bit different. So again, we will just quilt these almost spheres and then going back. So we have, first we are then done faster, and we have completely different look on the other side. So you see, I'm trying to extend always to all the available space. So I'm also closing as much as I can. Now just we can add one more, and that would be the end of another fanciful feather. So it's so much yellow, it's barely something visible, and still you've seen every single detail, how I quilted it as good shown as I could. You can see the variety and the richness of the texture. You can see how much flexibility you have with the different feather shapes. So don't be afraid of them, practice them, and I will give a shout to you and to my members. Hopefully there will be some when the booklet is ready for. I hope I will have it done till the end of August with all the possibilities here. So hopefully you like the video. Let me know what you think about it, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.